Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to deck the halls? Well, before you go full-on festive, let's talk about a potential holiday hazard you might not expect, especially if you're a dog owner. We're diving deep into the surprising dangers lurking behind those twinkling Christmas trees.
Yeah, Christmas trees. We've got some really interesting insights to share today.
We've been digging into advice from veterinary experts and doing some research with the Kennel Club, and let me tell you, there's a lot more to this than meets the eye.
A lot more, yeah.
So today's mission, equipping you with all the knowledge you need to keep your furry friends safe this holiday season.
Definitely, because when it comes to Christmas trees and dogs, it's not always merry and bright.
You know, I think most people, myself included, probably assume the biggest worry is Fido going after the artificial tree, right? Plastic pine needles everywhere.
Yeah, I think that's what we all sort of picture, right? The chaos.
But get this, turns out real Christmas trees, those beautiful fragrant ones, they can actually be toxic to dogs.
It's true. You wouldn't think it, would you? But it's something we need to be aware of.
Seriously, I was blown away when I first learned about this. So, for those of us who love the real deal, what is it about real trees that poses a risk?
Well, it's a couple things. First, those real trees, especially the ones you buy commercially, they're often sprayed with preservatives to keep them fresh, fire retardants, things like that. And these chemicals, while they're important for safety, can cause some serious issues if your dog decides to, have a little taste.
Okay, so like if they chew on a branch or something, or
What?
maybe lick up some fallen needles.
Exactly. They can get irritated, in their mouth and their stomach.
Yeah.
So we're talking excessive drooling. You might see vomiting or even diarrhea.
Oh, no fun.
Not fun at all. And some of these fire retardants, they can even mess with their thyroid function in the long run.
Wow, I had no idea it could be that serious.
Yeah, it's something to watch out for.
So, okay, we've got these chemicals to think about, but what about the needles themselves? We've all stepped on those and they're pretty sharp.
Oh, tell me about it. I'm always finding those little things everywhere after the holidays.
So what kind of trouble can those cause for our furry friends?
Well, just like they can be a pain for us if we step on them, they can definitely cause some injuries for our dogs too. And if they swallow them, well, pine needles, they're actually not that easy to digest.
Yeah.
So they can get lodged in their throat, become a choking hazard, or they could even cause blockages in their intestines.
So supervision is key here.
Absolutely. Especially if you have a puppy.
Yeah, those little guys are always getting into everything.
Right. Everything goes straight to the mouth. They're curious. They explore the world by tasting it. And those low-hanging ornaments on the tree, those are like irresistible chew toys for a puppy.
Yeah.
So never, ever leave your dog unsupervised with the tree. Okay. Especially puppies.
Got it. Now, when I think of Christmas trees, I always think of those adorable edible ornaments.
Oh, yeah. Those are so cute.
Right. Makes everything feel super festive. But I'm guessing those are a big no-no for dog owners.
Yeah. I'd say it's best to skip them this year, especially if you have a dog who, loves to snag a treat whenever they can.
Yeah, food-motivated pups.
Exactly. Even if the decorations themselves aren't toxic, you don't want them getting a hold of the strings or hooks. That could be dangerous.
Good point. And I know the Kennel Club also warned about the water at the base of the tree.
Oh, yeah, that's an important one, too. A lot of people don't think about that.
No.
But that standing water, it can get contaminated with bacteria, maybe some mold, even fertilizer. And if your dog drinks it, well, you guessed it, it can upset their stomach.
So, let's see, we've got potentially toxic chemicals, sharp needles, tempting decorations, and even the water is risky, like a minefield down there.
It's a lot to keep in mind.
So, what's a responsible dog owner to do? Give up on the Christmas tree altogether?
No, not at all. It's not about giving up on the festive spirit. It's about being smart about it. Adapting to keep everyone safe.
I like that.
So, for example, think about where you place the tree. Maybe put it in a room where your dog doesn't hang out as much. You can also use a sturdy barrier to keep them away.
Good idea.
And when it comes to ornaments, opt for those non-toxic shatterproof ones. And to protect them from that water at the base, consider covering it up. There are some nice tree skirts that do the trick.
Right. So, after all this, what would you say is the most important thing for our listeners to remember?
Awareness.
Yeah.
Just being aware of the potential dangers, even those that might seem harmless at first.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we all know chocolate is bad for dogs, but who would have thought about the water in the tree stand?
I know, right?
So yeah, a little bit of planning and awareness can go a long way in making sure everyone has a happy and safe holiday, both you and your furry friends.
Absolutely. It's all about creating that joyful environment for everyone, two-legged and four-legged alike.
Couldn't agree more.
So all this talk about Christmas trees has got me thinking, how else can we make our homes safer for our pets during the holidays? It's not just the tree, it's the food, the decorations, the gifts.
Oh, yeah, it's a whole new world of potential hazards, isn't it?
It is. So I guess the question for all of us is, how can we combine all that holiday cheer with keeping our furry friends safe?
That's the million-dollar question. It's definitely something worth thinking about as you start decking the halls. Get creative, think outside the box. And remember, a little prevention goes a long way.
Absolutely. Great advice. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's been really eye-opening.
Happy to be here.
And all our listeners out there, happy holidays. And remember, safety first.